Fish in a barrel, falling off a log, fallow in a large herd displayed on the screen of your thermal spotter. Which is the odd one out? Deer stalkers will know that the first two mean easy peasy, like taking candy from a baby. Tom Davies of Dartmoor Deer Services is about to demonstrate that the last one is hard.
I've got a good size herd of fallow here. It's about 15, 20. Well, you can hear them all running off.
Happily, this is a target-rich environment. We spook one herd, but there are more.
So we've got a herd here and a dern fawn down to my left here, but there's another herd that's just appeared from behind the hedge, which are running down the track at the moment and heading towards a nice bigger field. So just seeing which direction they're heading. I've already spotted a pricket amongst those with just using the merger. The clarity I can tell straight away. So yeah, we'll hopefully stalk down and see if we can get onto those.
What's our range now?
We're at 240 metres.
One tube of the new Pulsar Merger spotter does the thermal job. The other tube does the range finding for you. Range finding by eye in the early morning gloom is difficult, so having a device that does both jobs makes life less tough for the working stalker. Well, we don't need to stalk down. They come to us. We're treated to a pair of them walking almost up to us. For them, the wind is in the wrong direction, until they hear a tiny movement from us and they are off. Next stop on this walk. It's lighter now.
There's a doe. She's looking right at us, but yeah, if you're stalking fallow and they're looking at you, there's no point trying to be sneaky and sneak around and stuff. They're looking at you, they know you're there. So that's why I just walked up in the open here just to double check, make sure there's none behind it. You know, if you get spotted by fallow, if you're going to make a plan, make it as quick as possible and do what you got to do, because otherwise they'll be gone. Where we are this morning, it's in a very high populated area of fallow deer. You know, even the amounts that I take, you know, there's a lot of ground around which, you know, gets stalked, or an animal gets taken off that ground once a month for a freezer fill or something like that, so it doesn't have a knock-on effect to the deer numbers. So it's just, well, they're never just going to get on top of it. With what I try and take the same number of deer off each bit of ground every year, so that allows me, I know for the following year, you know, I'll still be running my business well. Like I've still got enough carcasses going through the chiller. I shoot what's best for that bit of ground. Obviously, you know, as everyone knows, fallow deer, the herds, they move around and they move a lot. They have their routes, you know, so I take what I can out of those herds. And that's how I do it. You know, I haven't declined in numbers that I've shot. You know, the last sort of 4 years of being, you know, like full time with this, I've gone up every year. You know, I've taken on more ground, but you know, my numbers have gone up just because numbers don't get taken in certain areas.
So, as far as the numbers of deer across the kind of whole range which you cover, are you seeing a lot more deer, same amount of deer, not so many deer?
More. I'd say more. Yeah, more, which is why I've increased my numbers a bit.
A lot more or just a few more?
I'd say a lot more. Back end of last season on the does, I'm seeing herds of 50 plus of fallow, you know, and they, you know, sometimes you come across a herd and you know they haven't even been shot at, because you'll take a couple and they're not even bothered with the shot, they're still standing there sort of thing. You know, and you know they haven't been touched all season, so it makes you wonder how many deer are out there which don't even get seen when you're out stalking.
There are even deer back on the track we walked down.
Caution, road with restricted access.
It's time to pack it up here and move on to an area where earlier a scan with the thermal revealed another big herd.
No deer.
Not quite no deer. There are a couple which, just like their cousins down the road, spot us and make a dash for it. We're in a pretty big field here.
Yeah.
What did it look like this morning?
So when I glassed, I was about, I think it said 1130 something metres So at first I said, yeah, heard a deer there. Then, when I was looking, sort of just doing a quick count in my head, I was like, that could be cows actually. But no, it's definitely deer, and the field was absolutely full.
Last place to look, and the thermal reveals a buck in woodland. This time, Tom reckons he has a chance.
They tend to travel through here a lot. Doesn't hold many does, but yeah, the bucks travel through here. Last week there was a herd of about 25-ish out in the field, so yeah, hopefully we got some bucks in here for us.
He stalks in carefully, but the deer's frequent disappearing act is beginning to get to him.
They were just here, tied to the tree, but they must have snapped the rope.
Then his luck changes, and Tom knows he's in with a chance.
Sorry, Charlie.
He's apologising because this is not a shot for a recreational stalker like me to take. Some places even ban headshots altogether.
When he came out the bramble there, he looked straight at us. So, yeah, I took the opportunity. But yeah, no, it's pricket. I thought it was when I clocked him from the side of the valley. I thought there's some bucks here. Like I said, I saw him last week. So yeah, perfect. There's only about 40 metres, if that. With the meat side of things, I'd head shoot everything. If it's not a headshot, if the animal's quite twitchy or moving a lot, then I'll take high neck shot. It just depends on the positioning and what the animal's doing. But yeah, no, I need clean carcasses for butchers and restaurants. So you got to pick your shot, and you got to be confident. You got to trust everything, and yeah, you got to be confident with it, because like you say, things can go wrong. It's happened. We're all human. It's deer moves, you slip or accidentally pull a shot, it happens. In the first 3 weeks of the season, I'd done 51 carcasses through the chiller. And that was predominantly fallow.
It looks like it's going to be another big year for Dartmoor Deer Services. More about Tom's business in links below. And if you want a Pulsar Merger, check out kitfinder.co.uk.